Hi, Dr. Thom Green from Elmira Chiropractic. Today I want to take you through some exercises for the shoulders, the upper back, and how to strengthen that part of your body, because oftentimes in today's world we spend a lot of time in flexion with those shoulders rounded and forward, and we see very commonly people with thoracic spine issues where they're getting tension building in that mid-back. They have issues with the shoulder, they don't get full range of motion, kind of like a frozen shoulder, or they have issues with the rotator cuff. The list can go on. A lot of it has to do with weakness in the upper back and tightness in our chest. So if we can start to strengthen that upper back, it can make a big difference for a lot of people. So what I recommend is people getting a light resistance band. So right here I have about a 7-pound resistance band, and they're attached to my squat rack here with a little carabiner. First off, we want to think about retracting the scapula and those shoulders. So the most basic exercise I recommend is a row. And what I do for a lot of these movements is I cross the bands over. So I have 2 bands that I cross over so that we're getting equal and opposite pulling. So in this position here, you're going to step back and then you're going to straighten your arms and pull the elbows behind you into extension. As we bring those shoulders back, you want to be nice and long in the spine through the neck, and you should feel a squeezing and a pinching between those shoulder blades as you bring the arms back into that position. Okay, 10 or 15 of those, and following that in the same position, we can do a reverse fly where we have the arms straight out to the side. So my arms are out like this, and then from there you're going to open up that chest, bring those arms back to at least in line with your body. You can even go a little bit further and get a little pinch between those shoulder blades as you're activating the trapezius, the rhomboids, and all those muscles in the back. Okay, again, a little squeeze, and you should feel the tension all throughout this motion because the band provides resistance at the beginning, the middle where it's the most, and then at the end. So nice and slow through that motion. Next exercise I'd recommend is a pull down. So you can bring the band up even higher. I put it up a little bit higher on my squat rack. If you don't have a squat rack to attach it to, you can use a door frame. You can use a railing, anything that's going to allow you to just tie something off. From here, we're just going to do a pull down. So your arms straight, and you're going to pull down behind you in this position here. You're activating those lats, and you can see my spine is nice and straight all the way through as we start with straight arms and finish at our sides. 10 or 15 of those, 3 or 4 sets. And then what I recommend doing is lowering the bands down below the waist. And again, with the bands crossed, we're going to do a Y or a victory type pose where you get up into this position here, okay? So starting with the bands a little bit lower, arms straight, we're going to extend back, opening up those shoulders and holding at the top for a moment and then slowly lowering it back. From here, we can also do some external rotation type of motion where you're going to hold the elbow at 90 degrees and then you're going to bring the hand back towards your head. So from here, starting in this position, arms level with the floor, and then turning those arms out. This is often very weak in a lot of people who have shoulder issues because we're overdeveloped in our internal rotators, which are our pec muscles, and we're underdeveloped in those external rotators. So again, 10 or 15 of those. From here, you can also drop it down and do it from the side. So band straight like this, elbow into your side, and you're externally rotating. I would do one arm at a time. So once you've really targeted the upper back and those muscles, you can also flip around and start to target the chest a little bit, but I always recommend people starting with the back because this is often what's underdeveloped. So simply doing some chest press in this position. You can do pec flies where you're bringing the hands together, even lift ups where you're starting low and ending high. And so you can start to create your own shoulder program and vary it day to day, but I'd recommend doing this 2 to 3 times a week. If you're dealing with an upper back or shoulder issue, you can do it oftener, but again, listen to your body. If it's causing more pain, then start to back that off. If it's just uncomfortable or you're feeling muscle discomfort the next day, that's often a good thing because your body's getting stronger and adapting to that resistance. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day.